Do commercial.
Hold on. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Coffee with Ori. I am Dr. D from Food Alphabet Network. Standing beside me on my right is Ori, and he's got his coffee. So let's go, Coffee with Ori. Yay!
You crazy. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another evening with Coffee with Ori. Today, I want to talk about something that has always bothered me, and it took me a long time to understand or try to understand. I think it still riddles me, but the more and more I socialize with different races, the more and more I realize that although some things seem to change, things sometimes just stay the same. What I'm getting at is, one of the things that I noticed very carefully, and I realized very carefully this on these last few years, is how the amount of people that live their lives trying to be something that they're really not. I try to look back in my past, and I'm good for creating a personality, but I'm not good trying to be something that I'm not. Like I'm not good at not being Hispanic. No matter what my name may be, or no matter what I may look like, I know where I belong. I know what my social status is. I know where I've come from. I know where I've been, and I know where I want to continue to go. With that being said, this is something that's food for thought. You have to sometimes ask yourself, what is it about me that I really don't like, to the point where I have to pretend to be another race so that people can actually accept me? And that's the duality that I don't understand. It's just like movies, actors change their names. Like, for instance, Emilio Estevez and then Charlie Sheen. They're related. Emilio Estevez never dropped his birth last name or his grandfather's last name because his grandfather raised him. But yet the father and the brother both changed their last name to Sheen, and they did a lot of voiceovers so that they can lose their accents. Whereas Emilio, he has been true. He was always true to himself. Now, I know that Hollywood has a way of doing things, or has a way of changing people. You become famous today and they want you to lose 10 pounds because Hollywood wants to see you small. They changed your name because Hollywood doesn't do well with this name, so they want to call you this name. But don't negate who you are. Don't pretend to be a person that you are definitely not. Embraced. Embrace who you are. I forgot what movie it was where this actress said, "Embrace the suck." Well, yeah, embrace the suck. Embrace who you are. Again, now, all of this came about not just today. This came about a while ago. Like I have a lot of friends that are either Dominican or Hispanic, Cubans, or even Puerto Rican, not and Venezuelans and other type of people that they either marry into a different culture or they do other things, and they want to be considered like they are, Caucasians. And I'm not saying that, we don't pass. I mean, just for a name, it doesn't matter if you're Hispanic or Black. Just if someone hears your name, and your name seems to coexist with a Caucasian name, they automatically assume that they're talking to a Caucasian person. And even if you're on the phone, they're not hearing your voice. They're actually thinking they're hearing a Caucasian voice in their head because of the name. That's one. Two, I know a lot of people who have actually dated and continue to date, and because they believe, well, I was educated in this country and I'm American, so therefore I do this and I do that, and all I'm doing is bettering my race. And that's like a knife with a double-edged sword. It can help you, but it can hurt you at the same time. You can't live your life trying to be a Caucasian or part of the group of a Caucasian your whole life, and then all of a sudden you'll be Hispanic when it's convenient for you. It doesn't work that way. You can't shit on your people and then expect them to pick you up and welcome you as if you're part of the family, or that you want to pretend to be one way, and then you want to go with certain rules that you feel will justify. It's confusing, and I have a lot of problems with that. I do. I don't have a problem with people dating out of the race. You can date out of your race if you want. That's fine. I personally date Hispanics, but I just I don't have a problem with dating, Hispanics. I don't have a problem. I used to have a problem dating men of color, but I don't have a problem with dating men of color anymore. I have come to the realization that, no matter what happens, we're all a mix, and that's part of who I am. Now, I can honestly say that I don't date Caucasians. Never been interested. It never felt right to me. It doesn't feel right at all. Maybe one day. I have a lot of rules, and my rules are that I don't want to be with anybody who doesn't speak Spanish or someone that doesn't understand my culture. I don't want you to pretend to be something else, but I want you to at least try to understand where my culture is coming from, and and I'll try to comprehend where you're coming from. So that's why, people of color, whether it's Palestinians or whether it's Hindu, or even, Filipinos and Chinese, and I don't have a problem dating any of them because I can relate to them just like they can relate to me. I just have an issue with being real and being true to thyself, because there's always that saying that says, to thyself be true. So when we're walking around carrying someone's last name and we're trying to jump into that pool of being something that we're not, what does that say about you? Like I can be in a house filled with Black people, but it doesn't make me Black. But yet there's a lot of people that I know that do that. I can be in a household filled with white people, and it doesn't make me white. It makes me who I am, Hispanic. So the mixture, I can love the culture. When I study Hinduism, I love the Hindu people. I love the Asian people, all of Asia. I can relate more to a Muslim than I can to a Christian. So a lot of the lines vary, but nevertheless, no matter how much they vary, the one thing that does not change is who you are. But when you are constantly working on having to prove to people that you can be like them, I just find it to be a little uneasy. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe someone can give me their opinion on what they feel about that. I think that it's kind of like I said earlier, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It can get you out of problems, but it can also put you in problems, and I know, being a Hispanic and traveling to many parts of the world, I have never had a problem associating with anyone of any culture being Hispanic. I actually have, people kind of look down on you when you are, when we go to different countries and we show them that we are American citizens and we're Americans. It's like they look down on us. And I don't really understand. I mean, I know that that's all political, and that's something that I do get. But I just feel that this is just a topic that I just wanted to touch on today, because I've been watching it, and the more I see it, the more it disturbs me, because there is nothing more beautiful than being you. It took me a long time to get to where I'm at, to actually say that I love me, because I didn't always love me. But the one thing that I've always loved about me was my culture. The fact that I'm Hispanic, the fact that I can speak Spanish wherever I want, and I dare a Karen to come up to me and say, well, you're in America. Yeah. Hello, Sadia. Yeah. You can get caught up sometimes in the gamut of society. And we know, we live that. But the one thing I'm trying to just say, and it's not, I'm trying to say things and choose my words right, because I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to come across as being this bigoted person, although I can be very bigoted. But I don't want to come across as being this obnoxious, bigoted person that Hispanic rules and every other nationality. No. I'm just saying, why can't we all just get along? Why can't we just be who we are meant to be and be satisfied with that? Why do we have to? It's okay to join, something. Like I watched this movie last night with that girl from Twilight, and she was like an actress. And it was the time where, in the 60s, where it was based on a true story, where the Black Power movement and all these things were going on. And there was actually two movements going on. It wasn't just the Panthers. It was always, the Panthers were more violent. American was named after a Spanish man named Amerigo Vespucci. Okay, Yete. How you guys doing today? Anyway, so I watched the movie yesterday, and it was quite interesting because here's a white woman who's an actress, and she used her platform, and the FBI tapped her house, and pushed her so much where she knew that she was having a black child, and she killed it by poisoning herself. Shia White. Ye- Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I grew up Hispanic because I grew up. Let me tell you a little bit about my culture. Being Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, whatever Spanish culture. We grew up as kids. We would go to nightclubs with our parents in the 70s, 80s. We went to clubs. We went to the nightclubs. And parents danced and they smoked and they drank, and we were in those clubs. We met kids there, we hung out, we had good times, but wherever the parents went at night, we went, and it was like one big party. We always united, family always got together. It wasn't a thing where it was shameful. The same way that I grew up and around, living in mixed neighborhoods between, Hispanics and blacks, and we always stuck together and we always party the same way. I don't know of anyone in my generation that has faked the funk. I just see people now faking the funk of who they really are. They don't want to accept who they are. And I think that it's sad. I find it to be sad because, you can't have children that are half black and half white and just tell them that they're black. You have to teach them that they're both. Just like if you are Hispanic and your father is Caucasian, you can't teach your child that you're Caucasian because your father's Caucasian. You're Hispanic, and technically you are what the mother is. And like I said, it's something that has always been like a little worm inside of me that's bothered me, but it's bothering me more now, and ever since Biden's won, I don't understand, people are already expecting failure. I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, he might not be the right person. Kamala might not be the right person, but at the end of the day, it's what we have. We needed a change. We needed something. I don't think that I could have handled 4 more years of a government that just looked like it was taking control and nobody was following the rules. And I don't think that I could live in a country where you can walk up to someone and call them a nigger or call them a spick and it was okay. I don't think that it's the kind of place that I want to be, because it doesn't feel right, And for those people that know me, and know that I've always traveled to Cuba and to different places, that I always make it very clear, I've never felt safe here in this country, and I still don't. I don't know why, but I don't. I feel safer in other Hispanic countries because I don't know. I just feel like at any moment, I know that at any moment anything can happen anywhere, but I just sometimes live with that internal fear. It's not paranoia, that at any point something can happen in this country because we're such bullies. And that's the same way I look at people who switch up with their personalities. You bully the person you are, the person you are born to be. You bully that person within you. You bully him until that person starts to conform into what you want them to be, which is something rather than who they're born to be, something totally different. So it's just food for thought, guys. It's just something that I wanted to throw out there today because I was very passionate about that. And I don't like when when people marry outside their race and say, because I'm bettering the race. I don't understand that. There are a lot of beautiful Black people. And for those people that don't know me, yes, I've never been attracted to men of color, but I can tell you that the two men that I have been attracted to of color that I've met, one was in Brazil and one was in Cuba, and they were blue black. They were so black that they were blue, and they had light eyes, and there was something about them that just made me look at them and want to get to know them in every aspect of the way. So, and I like redheads. For people who know me, you know that I love redheads. I don't care if they have freckles. I don't care if they have wrinkles. I don't care if they have, it doesn't matter to me. I just love redheads. As a little boy, I remember first time I ever saw a redhead, I was 4 years old. I was following this little girl everywhere because I thought she was the most beautiful thing in the world. So, we have desires and we have wants and needs, and we enjoy certain things. But I just think that at this particular moment, we have actually reached the precipice in our life where we need to really think, and we really need to gather our thoughts together, and we really need to connect as one and stop trying to be something that you're not. I love Hindu people. I can wear their jewelry. I can relate to them. I can even learn their language. I even chant, but it doesn't make me a Hindu. I can chant, and when I was a Buddhist, I can chant Chinese, mantras, just like, Cantonese mantras, just like Korean mantras, but it didn't make me Asian. I just was able to chant these things. And yes, we need to connect as one, because we're losing the battle, but we're not losing the battle. See, we believe that we have been losing the battle against Caucasians our whole lives, but in reality, what their battle is the fact that they feel that we are winning because we are no longer the minority, we are the majority. And we've been the majority for a long time. So I think that there's a lot of the reasons why some Hispanics change, and even a lot of Blacks, doesn't matter who you're with. You just cannot forget your Blackness, and you cannot forget your Hispanicness. You have to continue to hold on to that, because no matter what you have, or no matter what you lose, one thing about people that are not Hispanic or are not Black and they're Caucasians, they're always going to continue to be Caucasian. Yes, you have a lot of Caucasians that live in poverty. They're socialized with Blacks and Hispanics. They think they are Black and Hispanic because they dress like them or they act like them. But the moment the cops stop you, they become Caucasian really fast. So we have to think about, what kind of race do we want to be? Do we want to be a race? Do we want to be a human race that's going to be always pulling apart, trying to shame ourselves with being who we are? Or are we going to be a race, a human race that's going to connect ourselves together? Today, when I walk you guys through meditation, I'm not going to use the biofeedback, because guys, that the meditation that I used the last time, that music, actually, I had it out today, and that's biofeedback energy, and it really gave me a headache. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through a meditation in about I would say 7 minutes. I'm going to walk you through the second part of this. But before I do that, and before we go to commercial, let's just, this conversation that I had today is food for thought. It's just something for you guys to think about. I really would like some participation when you guys, call in or write in. It would be nice, if you guys talk to me about a topic that you want to you talk about a topic that you want me to talk about, because this is Coffee with Ori. We can talk about anything. Everything we talk about here is relevant. Might not be relevant to everybody, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just trying to keep it real. I'm trying to make you understand, because I'm tired of debating with Hispanic people about being who you are. And when they start to talk about, oh, well, I want to better the race. You're not going to better the race by thinking you marry into a different race and you're going to be that race. You will never be accepted as that race if you're not born that race. I'm sorry, you're just not. Now, for people who know that I read, I have a message, and this is a universal message. This is not just a message for one person. So I want you guys out there to think about things that are going on. And I want you guys to focus on a lot of the things that are causing problems, that are hurting. So I'm going to throw out 4 cards. And this is not for one person. This is a universal. This is for everyone that's connected. The first card is the 11 of coins, and it's upside down. Okay, 11 is about your strength and your mental strength. Some of us are very strong. And in life, yes, we're going through a crisis right now. This COVID is kicking our asses. But at the same time, we also have to look at things, and we have to analyze, like, why is COVID winning over us? There's a lot of theories. Some may call them conspiracy theories, but I don't call them conspiracy theories. I call them realities. But with that being said, think about everything that's going on in the world. I think that when we're miserable and when we go through all these emotional setbacks, what happens is when our self-esteem is attacked somehow, we become sad, we become depressed. And what happens is our immune system gets low. When our immune system gets low, and if you notice, a lot of older people sit home and watch TV and watch the news, and they stay glued to the TV. And they don't realize that the news, although it is good to understand it, to me, the way that I grew up, is the news is better reading about it. It's really better reading a newspaper than to listen to the news every day, because the news is it's almost like it's the mafia trying to convert you. So that you sit there and you watch the news, and they put the fear of God in you. And what happens, you get nervous, and diabetics, sugar goes up, and people with blood pressure, their pressure goes up, and their immune system goes low. And I believe that a lot of old people that have died because they're so infused with looking at the news, and they feel compelled to constantly listen to everything and believe that this is going to happen to them, and it's going to happen to them, it's going to happen to them. Well, I always say, when you call the devil's going to come. So my advice, in the 11 of coin, because it's upside down, healing begins within you. If you start feeling good about you, then everything starts to change. There's many more diseases out there than COVID. So don't stop thinking that there's not cancer or there's nothing else out there like HIV or gonorrhea. There's a lot of different diseases out there. MS. I mean, there's a lot of things. So don't focus just on the COVID, and stop focusing on, oh, well, I have to really do this, and wear your mask. Don't be an idiot. Wear your mask when you're around people. Take off your mask when you're in your car. Don't overdo it, because sometimes when you overdo it, you also get sick. And that's my message for the universe. Now, in 8, the 8 of blades, right? The 8 of blades tells you that you have to respect yourselves, everyone and all. If your kids, respect your mothers and your fathers, whatever advice, because they were children at one point. If you are young parents, respect one another. There's no reason to fight and call yourselves out of your names, because it doesn't make sense. Once you do that, the hurting begins. Respect yourself by not condemning yourself, by not putting yourself down, by not blaming yourself for things that you cannot control. You can't control everything in the world. You can't control yourself. You can only control yourself, because no one in the world is responsible for your happiness except you. So remember that. And this card, it's like the Eight of Blades. You have to dig deep and find that respect. Now, the 11 of Clubs is not upside down. So it tells you, you are an intelligent person. Don't use your book smarts always to bail you out. Use the smarts within you, the love, the kindness, the respect that have been instilled with you. That sometimes is smarter than information that you have from a book. Sometimes people wonder why old people in the past didn't know how to read or write, but they spoke so eloquently. Why? Because they listened, and they did what they were raised to be that way, to be kind and to be understanding. We've lost our way. So we need to find ourselves back. And that's why it's important in this card for people to start having self-love, because self-love creates an understanding, and understanding creates healing, and healing creates a vibration of love. So continue to pick yourself up, but also continue to understand that as a human being, you owe it to yourself, because you are responsible. This is a body that we're given, and we're lent this body. If the body fails, we failed it. If the body falls apart, we made it fall apart, because what we do to this body, whatever actions we take, we have reactions. And that's the one thing we need to learn. Now, this card too is a very important card, because this card deals with who you are. And ladies and gentlemen, you may be your parents' children, but you're not them. Who they are and who you are two different things. You may have things instilled into you that may make you believe that you are a lot like them. But in reality, question is a very good question. Who are you? Who are you? And that's a question you need to ask yourself on a daily basis. Look at yourself in the mirror and don't be afraid to say, I am a beautiful human being. I am a good person. I am this. And I don't mean to the world, I mean to you, because I believe personally that any person who goes around telling people, well, I'm a good person, you're not a good person. Because if you have to tell people that you're a good person, then you're really not a good person. Technically, you're a shitty person, and you're trying to convince yourself that you are a good person. So, let's cut the bullshit out. The true test is by looking in the mirror and asking yourself, male or female, how good are you really? Do you like the person you are in the mirror? Do you enjoy the reflection you're seeing? Do you feel that you have lived up to your full capacity? Not someone else's, but yours. And if the answer is no, then you're not a good person, because you're not thinking about you and you're not healing you. And that's just food for thought, okay? Just food for thought. Now, guys, we're going to go to a commercial. And when we come back, I'm going to start the meditation, and I'm going to walk you guys through it. Commercial. I don't know what's going on. There should be a commercial right now. Okay, everyone. I'm going to walk you through this meditation. Now, meditation is not a religion. That's the first thing I want you to know. But in the Bible, whenever you hear you see the word salah, it means to meditate. So even Jesus meditated, and you know, a lot of famous people, a lot of Christ-like people meditated, like Martin Luther King and Gandhi and Mother Teresa. Just a lot of famous people meditated to find peace within themselves. And unfortunately, a lot of people have trouble meditating because they believe that their mind gets scattered, and that because their mind scatters, that they can't concentrate. Well, the mind will give you one or two things. The mind will give you either your past, or it's gonna be giving you a situation you're going through at this particular moment when it scatters. My suggestion is follow it. Don't be afraid to go out of the meditation and follow what you're going through. Actually, what your spirit is doing is it's actually taking you to the problem, to the root of the problem, so that you can figure out how to untangle the web that you have created, and you allow yourself to be tangled in. So deal with that problem and then bring it back to breathing in and breathing out. The basis of meditation is breathing in and breathing out and breathing in and breathing out. Now, while we're doing this and you guys are breathing in and you're breathing out, I'm going to continue to chant Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya means I bow down to my higher self. And it is in Hindu, and it is to Lord Shiva. Now, there are many mantras, but I find that one of the most exhilarating and healing mantra is Om Namah Shivaya. And I always tell people, go back to basics, because it's so important to go back to basics. Okay, so how do we begin this? I want you all, all of you that are there that have taken my meditation classes in the past, that I start with breathing in. You breathe, take a deep breath, and you hold it, hold it, hold it, and release slowly. Take another deep breath and hold it, hold it, hold it, and release slowly. Now take a deep breath, as deep as you can, and hold that to 10. And count to 10, and then start to release it slowly. Now, when you're done, if your eyes are not closed, I would like for you to close your eyes. And I'm going to walk you through this to relax your body. And follow my voice. And listen to my voice. And follow the instructions within yourself, just to put you in a relaxed state. We're going to start by relaxing every single part of your body. Relaxing the toes, relaxing your feet, relaxing your ankles, relaxing your shins, relaxing your calves, relaxing your knees, relaxing your feet, your toes, your ankles, your shins, your calves, your knees, your thighs, inner and outer. Relax the thighs, inner and outer. Relaxing the thighs, the knees, the shins, the toes, the ankles, the feet, the calves, the inner thigh, the outer thigh, the hips, the buttocks, the hips, the buttocks, the inner and outer thigh, relaxing them, relaxing your stomach muscles, relaxing your back, relaxing your hips, relaxing your buttocks, relaxing your stomach, relaxing your back, relaxing your chest, relaxing your back, your upper back, your lower back, relaxing your fingers, relaxing your hands, relaxing your arms, relaxing your elbows, relaxing your fingers, relaxing your hands, relaxing your elbows, relaxing your arms, relaxing your chest, relaxing your back, relaxing your stomach, relaxing your buttocks, relaxing your neck, relaxing your face, relaxing the back of your neck, relaxing the front of your neck, relaxing your ears, relaxing your eyes, relaxing your eyes, relaxing your nose, relaxing your lips, relaxing your chin, relaxing your neck, relaxing your ears, relaxing your face, relaxing your head, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. And I want you to keep repeating that, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. So you keep saying it over and over in your head, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. And I will start to chant. Namah Shivaya, 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 Namah Shivaya. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. The mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Keep repeating that. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om 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 Namah Shivaya. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. The mind wanders, bring it back to breathing in and relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Repeat it in your head. Remind the body, the soul, and the spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Breathing in the air of negativity and spewing out the air of love and light. Bringing in the negativity, breathing out love and light. All the while keeping the mantra going in your head, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. I want you to take a deep breath. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And release slowly. Take another deep breath. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Now release slowly. Sending out light and love to your neighbor, to your friends, to your family, to the universe. Now remember, breathing in and breathing out. Remember, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Continue the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. The mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Now, as we take our last deep breath, count to 10 and then release it. Now the body will awaken. Awaken the body. Awaken the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. awaken the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. And you may open your eyes and shake it off. Now, for you people that are watching out there, did you guys all go into the meditation? Did you feel the mind, the body, and the soul connect? I would like to know. Good. Dr. D says it was feeling good. I hope you all felt good through it. I know that it relaxed my mind, and I can feel the vibration, not just my vibrations, but the universal pull vibration of the Om Namah Shivaya, which I said, I said, it means I bow down to my higher self. So you're not bowing down to anybody except the God within you. Like I said, it's not based on religion. This is just based on techniques and the teachings of Buddha. Now, before I want to hit this topic, because in about 7 minutes, we'll go to commercial and then it'll be over. Again, I want to really stress about this this topic today. Like I said, it's something that has been bothering me, and something that I realize, and something that I notice on a regular basis, not just with Hispanics, but with Blacks, with many different races. And we need to start learning to really appreciate who we are as human beings, and stop trying to be other things that we're not, and learn that, we have the power. We have the power. We have the power to commit to become greater than what we are. We have the power to heal ourselves if we really want to. Now, what we need to do is put all the bullshit aside and stop fighting amongst each other, because that is what the system is designed to do, to teach us. And that's what they've always taught us. Because it's really kind of weird if you really think about it. Okay, and we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back when it goes to history about, Black history. Like, if you really think about it, I mean, I don't know if it was the 16th, 17th, or 18th century. I mean, there was a lot of Blacks that were in Congress, and I don't know how it went from Blacks in Congress to slavery. I don't understand. Just like I'm not trying to be ignorant, I don't understand after Black Wall Street why. Okay, so a lot of people were killed, and yes, but there were still prominent Black people that left, the ones that weren't killed that left. Why couldn't they restart it somewhere else? I mean, I don't understand that. I'm sorry. I just know that, you're strong people. Physically, you're stronger. Emotionally, you're stronger. You have to look at the history. I know that there's a lot of drama in the DNA, a lot of sadness, a lot of things, but it's in both parts, believe it or not. I think I mean, not just Black Wall Street, Dr. D. We also, I mean, there were many lynchings, there were many things happening, but what exactly exerted all of this? Do you understand? Was it the jealousy of I always say the jealousy of the penis, who had the bigger penis? Why was it so sacred for why was it okay for white men to rape Black women, but it wasn't okay for a Black man to sleep with a white woman? These are all things that you have to, you really, there's really not one particular answer. Just like Black women were hurt because a lot of them were raped and they had babies from their masters, but yet white women were also hurt because they were not allowed to breastfeed their babies. The black women had to breastfeed their babies. So I think that it's like I said, like a double-edged sword. The history of this country is based on pain. And it's not based on pain from the beginning. It's based on pain from the beginning of the Europeans coming into this country. Because this country wasn't never messed up. It wasn't doing bad. It was doing well. But of course, to the Europeans in Europe, we're trash. But yet they're the ones who send their trash here. So it's a double-edged sword, So like I said, today's thing wasn't directed to race. It was just directed to why do you want to be something that you're not? I mean, yes, I love these countries that I visit and I wish that I can live there. And I can if I really wanted to, but something inside of me doesn't settle right yet because I can't just leave somewhere without making peace. I need to figure out to make that final peace within myself, which is every day I'm working on it, to finally say, you know what? Okay, I've moved this far away from my family. Now I need to move even farther and I need to get out of this country. And then I will be okay. May not be perfect. I may feel homesick for a while, but I know that I will adjust because, I adapt. I'm like a chameleon. I adapt to anything, any culture, I adapt. And that's just the way it is. Now, guys, I love you guys much. I appreciate you more than anything. The universe appreciates you. Remember, light and love to all, even those who harm you. Light and love, light and love, light and love. And just keep moving and always focus on the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. That if you continue to relax them, you will do well. Now, we're going to go to commercial once more, and then I'll leave you with a final thought. Well, in today's food for thought, the angelic number is 8. And 8 is a number of not just transformation, but it's a number of strength. It's a number of the scale balancing itself out. So I leave you with this thought. Imagine yourself not being in this country, but being somewhere else. What would you do with the information that you know or you have now within yourself to create a better living for yourself somewhere else? And that's the thought of the day when it comes to this. I want you guys to think about that. What do you have inside of you that you can actually provide to the universe where you can make money and survive in another country? I would really like to know what these things are. So if you can text Dr. D at Food Alchemy Network, because this is her network. And again, I am just Ori, and this is Coffee with Ori every Monday. And like I said, you guys think of a topic you want to talk about. Think about a topic that you want me to research, and we will go at it. And don't feel afraid to ask. Just ask. Nothing, everything that you want to achieve, you can achieve by taking one step at a time, one small step at a time. We can build mountains if we do it together. So feel free, give me a topic and we will work on it. And keep breathing and keep meditating and keep yourself focused on everything that you need so that you can build your mind, your body, and your soul. You can rebuild it because the body is a machine and you have the power to rebuild and continue to rebuild and continue to rebuild. Remember that. Well, peace and love, my friends and my family out there and the people out there that I am connecting to and that I am appreciating on a daily basis.